I like to think of Creating Places as a crowdfunding program that enhances our communities. With the partnership that we had created with Patronicity, that IHCDA then could come along and match those dollars. We could make a small investment in a short amount of time, relatively quickly, and have a huge community impact.
We're looking for projects that are supported by 501c3s, 501c4s, or local units of government. So cities and towns as small as 130 residents all the way to Indianapolis. We're looking for communities who want to transform vacant or unused space into something that's usable for the public. We'd love to see projects that tap into the local culture or history and that really help redefine the future of the community.
We had a really big idea to paint murals on an entry point into Greencastle. There was a large, kind of dilapidated silo that was rusty and it was kind of an eyesore. And we wanted to change that. We wanted to show people as soon as they came into Greencastle what a welcoming community we were. But we knew it would take a lot of money. We found the Creating Places grant that allowed us to create a match to some of the funds that we were able to raise in our own community. The entire community was involved in the whole process, from helping us raise funds, to voting on the designs, to celebrating with us at a huge block party when we unveiled the silo murals.
The Creating Places program has been such an important learning opportunity for the Harrison Center. We wanted to do an architectural scavenger hunt. So one of the things that we came up with was this augmented reality idea that when you go through the alley, you have your phone and it identifies architectural features and out pops a video of somebody explaining what that feature is. I actually learned that we have fossils in our building. This summer, we will have 900 youth that will take that tour, and it's really exciting just to have them become curious about buildings and curious about their city.
The Dream Big Park was a spot in our downtown that was needing renovation. It was one of our hardest places to look at in the community. We were able to see a transformation of where a creek, an amphitheater, it's almost like a town square.
One of our pillars at Aspire House is community development and creative placemaking. So we're excited about our outdoor spaces and where they're going. We have 2 community gardens. One is a food garden, and we allow anyone to come and pick whatever they need. And then the second is a botanical garden, which has all florals and then our herbs that we use here in the kitchen. Another part of our creative placemaking is reactivating spaces with art. Alleys in urban communities tend to be forgotten spaces. We wanted to start to put art in them, make them good, comfortable spaces. It's encouraging me more and spurring us to add more and do so much more.
Our project is to turn this 1919 historic commercial building into a shared use commercial kitchen where foodpreneurs, whether you bake, you have a food truck, any value-added product will be able to happen right out of there.
The neighborhood itself is economically distressed, high crime rate, food desert, and all the possible other things you can come up with, systemic challenge that it faces.
My goal was to build trust and relationship with neighbors. Anything that we want to happen and stay around need to be rooted in those who live there and call that place home. And we have the first economic development project happening in our marginalized area in decades.
Creating Places is really easy to get started. You go to patronicity.com/creatingplaces and click Begin a Campaign. You could also just reach out to Megan or I personally.
The overall process has been just so amazing to be able to talk to people and they can come visit your project. You can show off what you did.
Most grants are a really stressful, long process that goes into it, and oftentimes communities are chasing points rather than trying to create something that the community really wants. We don't have that. The priorities are at the local level. The turnaround time of what you see and the partnership that we have with our communities, we want them to be successful, but we recognize that we want this to also be something that can happen relatively quickly. With Creating Places, you can almost immediately start to see progress being made once a project hits its goal.
Over the last 6 years, we've been able to innovate, and we're now expanding the program to reach even more communities. And we're seeing a dramatic impact in the way community members see their population.
The grant has been an amazing success story that has continued to show up in the mural festivals that we're now doing. So we started with one big mural, and because of that success and the community involvement, we decided to do a mural festival a couple of years later. So we created 5 murals all around the county, and then this fall we'll have our second mural festival with 7 murals all across the county.
One of the neat things that came from this project also is the momentum of other activities that have happened in the area. So from things from murals to development of other buildings that are in the downtown that want to be there, attracting other small businesses to the location.
The impact that I've noticed about Creating Places program is that other organizations are taking advantage of it. So I mean, it works. And if it works, other people are going to catch on and want to do it. So it's creating a lot of impact.
My first 15 years in the arts, I didn't understand the power of art. And it's through this program that we've actually learned how to be very intentional with art and then actually accomplish it. We're so thrilled with how it turned out.